And speaking of no self-awareness, we have not shown a clip of this lady in a while. She is unemployed, as far as I know, but she's making the rounds again. We used to play a lot of clips of her. Here, I'm not even gonna say her name. Let's put it this way. She's crazy. She's racist. She's a blonde sometimes.
What is the reality of the Joy Reid show on MSNBC? Like, why did it come to an end? Because you heard so many different rumors. They were saying the ratings were low. Trump didn't want her there anymore.
Right. He probably didn't.
like what was it?
So the thing is that's so interesting, and Stephen A. Smith tried to come for me and say, "Oh, ratings." It's like, yeah, no, that wasn't it. Everybody after the 2024 election, all of cable news went in the toilet. Like everybody's ratings dropped. And we had actually just had a ratings meeting like 2 weeks before I was fired, where they were like, you guys are actually losing, lost less than, your competitors, and you're actually doing fine. So ratings were fine. We were doing fine. And, the ratings have not gotten better since I left. They've actually gotten, so it's not like it wasn't numbers. I haven't watched it all. Yeah. So it's not numbers. It wasn't ratings. And when I got the call, we at first thought it was a rumor. We had seen that there was this like Puck story that Friday where, and we didn't know what to do with it. We had already done our show. We had wrapped. I was having my cocktail. My executive producer called me and said, look, all of our producers are freaking out over this Puck story, so you should see it. And it was like a rumor. We were like, nah, we hadn't heard anything. Nobody had called me. Nobody had said, you did something wrong. You're in trouble. You're on probation. I had gotten nothing. Then I get a text message early the next morning saying, can you talk at noon? And I was fired immediately. There was no warning. So and I asked, well, what's nothing. They were just like, oh, we just want to make some changes. They never said why. So I've had to live in the rumor mill with everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you, can we get this clip directly to her? You were fired because you are a far left America-hating hack who was pushing racism and gender confusion and self-hatred to, 12 or 13 Americans. Not many people watch that thing, thank God. But you were just not very good at your job, lady. So did you need someone to come to your office and tell you that? You were rather unpleasant. Your ideas are bad. You just got that gig. You got into college. I think you said you got into college because of affirmative action. And in essence, you got the job because of affirmative action. And you just weren't very good at your job. But if there's one thing that journalists are not good at, it's self-awareness. They simply are not.